on today's magical Christmas spot, we're going to be having a look at yet another figure from the Memory Lane Mickey's Christmas Carol. Today we're going to be looking at Donald Duck as Scrooge's nephew, Fred. Looks like he comes with several ornaments, a case, a box to hold those ornaments, and some other delightful things. On the back of the package, other figures that you can get from this wave. We've got Ebenezer Scrooge, played by Scrooge McDuck, Mickey Mouse as Bob Cratchit, Minnie Mouse as Mrs. Cratchit, Morty Mouse as Tiny Tim, Goofy as Jacob Marley's ghost, and finally, Donald Duck as Nephew Fred. There is also a deluxe box set that features Jiminy Cricket as Christmas Past, Willie the Giant as Christmas Present, and Pete as Christmas Future. The read-up chapter part, I guess, of the movie says, "Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge. Scrooge's nephew Fred came in holding a wreath. What's so merry about it?" snorted Scrooge. I'll tell you what Christmas is. It's just another work day, and any jackanapes who thinks else should have been boiled in their own pudding. I say, bah, humbug. I don't care. I say, Merry Christmas. Fred handed his uncle the wreath. I come to give you a wreath and invite you to Christmas dinner. Plump goose, plum pudding, and lemon sauce. Are you daft, man? You know I can't eat that stuff, Scrooge declared as he shoved Fred out the door. So it seems to me that that is the second part of the movie, and I guess the Bob Cratchit would be the first part. Again, it would have been nice if they had numbers next to these so you can keep track of which part of the story, which part of the movie this is taken from. Oh well, at any rate, that's packaging aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of a break, get this opened up, and then we are going to have a magical look at Donald Duck as Scrooge's nephew, Fred. More to come, guys. Stay tuned. Of the accessories that Fred comes with, he comes with a box of ornaments. Pretty neat looking, I like it. You can actually take all four of the ornaments out if you so wish. But again, an ongoing issue with the Memory Lane figures from the Christmas Carol is that they don't have anything that you can put these accessories to. I don't know if they would have planned this far ahead, but I would have really liked if they had done some sort of build piece that came with each figure. Or something, some larger scale item that eventually, if you got all the figures together, you would at least have a diorama. In this case, these Christmas ornaments, the balls don't really do anything. A tree would have been nice. Again, with Bob Cratchit, a desk, something would have been nice that you could finally get all these pieces that come with the figures and do something with them. At least these are self-contained. It's a far cry from the Jacob Marley's ghost knocker, the door knocker, which you really can't do anything with aside from just sitting it on the floor. Comes with that. He does also come with a wreath, and I think the wreath is quite nice. It's got a plastic bow, like it's a painted bow, but what I like about it is the rest of the wreath is flocked. It's not this really kind of flocking like the Goliath figure came with for the Davy and Goliath set. This is a little easier to hold. It's not as bad. Again, with flocked items, I don't know how long it's going to last, the flocking itself, before it starts wearing itself down. One thing that's nice, at least about the wreath, is there's a little groove right at the bottom here where you can take Fred's hand and you can line up the wreath so that Fred is actually holding it. Oops. I guess you can kind of have it like that. It doesn't stay in there very well, and as you can see, it's already starting to wear this flocking away. There's a piece that's come right off just from him holding the wreath. You can kind of have him doing that. Take the wreath out of his hand. Fred also comes with a hat. An ongoing issue, again, with these hats is that they don't stay. You can put it on Fred's head, But to make it make sense, you'd probably want the hat further back, and it really just does not sit on Donald's head at all. To properly have it fit, you kind of have to have the hat really, really low. And that's the only way it seems to stay on there. To have it further back where it should be, yeah, it doesn't stay on there. It just falls off. I don't really know why they made the hat in such a way that it doesn't want to stay on his head. But I guess if you want to have it, you know, the rim really low on his head, yeah, sure, you can do that as well. Depending on how I end up keeping these figures, you know what I might just end up doing? I might just glue the hat on. Sure, you can't take it off, but if you got the hat in just the right position, I can easily live with the fact that that hat's not going to come off. Looking at Donald's face, Donald is clearly very happy. It makes sense that this duck is happy. The Scrooge, on the other hand, should have not been happy. But Donald looks really, really happy. The paint's done really nice on his mouth, on his eyes. You can even see his tongue in there as well. He's got himself a red scarf, real fabric scarf. Underneath is his outfit, bow tie and everything else. Down below is his feet, his little duck-like feet. Now the one problem with this particular figure is that they seem to make sometimes these figures in a way that they have to be posed a certain position. As you can see, his arms look a little awkward. The shoulders only swivel back and forth, and then you have a bend in the elbow and then a swivel in the wrist. So you only can do so much with the arms to make them look, well, to make them look like that he hasn't suffered a broken arm. To have the arms out, they kind of look a little awkward, especially this arm. This arm just kind of looks, it looks like poor Donald's broken his arm. But I guess the idea is that you'd want to have the arm up so that you can again have him holding the wreath. I really would have preferred, oh, by the way, before I give this a rating, I was about to give it a rating. In the way of articulation, his head does rotate. As I've already mentioned, his arms rotate all the way around. He has a swivel in the elbow, a swivel in the hand. There appears to be no articulation in the waist, but his legs do rotate as well. What I was going to say, though, is that the Scrooge McDuck was the one I really wanted to be good. It was just all right. I think the Donald here is a much better looking figure for a character really that doesn't appear very long in the movie. Donald here, though, is still a nice figure, and I'm going to give him a 7.5. I really wish they could have fixed the hat issue, but if I settle on it, I might just glue it. Today's Christmas spot, we're having a look at the memory lane. Mickey's Christmas Carol. We were looking today at Donald Duck as Nephew Fred. Thanks for watching as you always do. Stay tuned. There are still a couple more reviews coming for the Christmas Carol figures, and I will see you guys next time.